afternoon. Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome back to News at Noon. News at Noon is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. I am News Director Maisie Strader, here today with Matt Volz, Aryana Ramalhete, Dan Grandos, and Assistant London Nickolai. With this top-of-the-hour update, we'll bring you the latest of SUNY Fredonia's campus news, events, sports, weather, pop culture, and national and international news. First up, let's go to the event bulletin for this week. How do you feel about pizza topped with bacon, eggs, and the meltiest cheese you can find? Well, Saturday, September 28th, Spectrum Entertainment is holding breakfast with trivia. The event will be held 10 to 11 a.m. in the Williams Center Blue Lounge. Breakfast pizzas, fruit, pastries, coffee, and juice will be provided while supplies last. That's it with information through the grapevines. Next, we'll bring you to London for our campus news updates.
Thank you, Maisie. This Friday, let's drop those books and enjoy some family time. Join us this weekend to experience the best of Fredonia with your loved ones. Whether you're excited to kick things off at the Friday kickoff party, explore a club maker fair, or cheer at the pep rally, or just savor in some local flavors from our food trucks, this weekend is packed with fun for everyone. New opportunities are opening up for our students at SUNY Fredonia. With its importance in today's world, there's a new minor in social media which explores the cultural implications and communication strategies within social media, while developing skills in the related fields of study in writing, video, audio, and graphic design, among many other disciplines. According to the department website, Associate Chair Professor Elmer Plowitz adds, in quote, one of the reasons that we decided to create this minor is that we definitely saw a need for it. Social media is such a big part of communication in general and in every part of society, so it just makes sense that we have a minor in social media, end quote. And now I'm just saying this as a journalism major, but I think I speak for plenty of students when I say that we are all raving at the opportunity that this minor can bring. Join us for this life-changing program. Students are invited to participate in the 2024 Student Bowl. They will be able to meet with other university students with differing views from around the U.S. and discuss certain world topics from climate change to hunger and everything in between. Together, you can scheme up an innovative and creative solution, and you can sign up today at unifyamerica.org. That about wraps it up for your campus news. Have an amazing Wednesday, keep it vibrant, and I'm bringing it back to Maisie for local news.
Thank you, London. The Sheriff's Office has shared some sad news of the passing of Under Sheriff Richard Telford on the Facebook page. They wrote, quote, "For those who knew the Under Sheriff, they already can tell us about his great qualities. For those who never had the privilege and honor to know him, I'd like to share some of his qualities that made him a great law enforcement officer, supervisor, great friend, but even more importantly, a great father, husband, brother, and son. Rich was a man of integrity. He could always be counted on to do the right thing. He displayed a courage that was second to none, which he demonstrated this past year in his courageous battle, and not to mention throughout his over 30 years of service to this county. His character was evident, as he was always there displaying the great values we count on." End quote. And these were only some of the things they said about Richard Telford. If you would like the full quote, go to Channel 2 WGRZ or your Facebook feed. On September 10th at 8:40 p.m., Jamestown Police responded to a shooting accident that occurred near Newland and Forest Avenues. At the scene of the crime, one officer, Doug Howie, of 68 years, was shot and passed away later on from the wounds. Jamestown Police Department states, quote, "We're asking for assistance in identifying the owner of and operator of the dark-colored pickup truck in the picture." End quote. If you have any information or want to see the truck's photo, call Jamestown Command Desk at 716-483-7537 or the confidential tip line at 716-483-8477. The photo can be found online. That's all for your local news update. Now let's take it to sports guy Matt Volz.
Thanks, Maisie. Fredonia sports have had a slow week of action with only women's volleyball in action last night against Geneseo. The Blue Devils would lose this match by a final score of 3-1. Men's soccer is in action tonight. They are on the road at Pitt Bradford, and they will start at 7 p.m. Well, the Buffalo Bills dominated the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday night with a final score of 47-10. Quarterback Josh Allen completed passes to 10 different receivers. Keon Coleman caught his first NFL touchdown with a 24-yard catch. Also with touchdown receptions for the Bills, tight end Dalton Kincaid, running back Ty Johnson, and receiver Khalil Shakir. On the rushing side, rookie Ray Davis added his first NFL touchdown. James Cook also found the end zone as well. On the defensive side of the ball, the Bills recorded 5 sacks, and DeMar Hamlin recorded the first interception of his NFL career. The Bills are off to a 3-0 start, and they are headed to Baltimore for a Sunday night matchup with the Ravens next week. And there was a second game on Monday night as well, and the Washington Commanders pulled off the upset, defeating the Cincinnati Bengals 38-33. Washington rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels threw his first 2 NFL touchdown passes to offensive lineman Trent Scott and receiver Terry McLaurin, respectively. Daniels, as well as running backs Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr., each added rushing touchdowns. The Bengals, usually an AFC threat, are off to an 0-3 start. And in the NHL preseason, the Buffalo Sabres defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins last night by a final score of 3-2. Nikita Novikov, Graham Slaggert, and Anton Wahlberg were the goal scorers for Buffalo. The Sabres are off to a 3-0 start in the preseason. They will now head overseas for some international preseason games in Munich, Germany, as they face the Ottawa Senators tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Buffalo's regular season begins on Friday, October 4th, with an NHL Global Series game against the New Jersey Devils in Prague in the Czech Republic. That's it for your sports update. Now let's send it to Aryana for your 2-day weather.
Now here is your Northern Chautauqua weather update brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, Fredonia residents. Yesterday, I was really wanting a hot tea because I thought it was fall. But with these higher 70s coming up, I may need some ice. Today, we have a high of 73 and a low of 65. Rain is expected at noon with some slight winds today. Today, I decided to wear sandals. Maybe I should have written the news a little sooner. Today, we have a high of 70. Tomorrow, we have a high of 71 and a low of 61. It looks like all clouds tomorrow. Let's cross our fingers that we don't have a dog food day today. That's all for 2-day weather. Keep listening. I'll be back for the rest of the weekly forecast. For now, let's take it back to local music and pop culture updates.
Welcome to the new segment on News at Noon, pop culture, and local music updates. Let's start off with local music. Last Call Entertainment presents Ella Mantra's tour kickoff. On October 3rd, they will be featuring Bone Machine and Yellow Thumper. Located at BJ's in Fredonia, which is on 51 West Main Street, the doors will open at 9 and music starts at 10. Now, headed into pop culture, after 3 weeks of Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet, holding the #1 spot on the Billboard album chart, Travis Scott leaps to the top of his album, Days Before Rodeo. This album originally came out in 2014 and was released last month for its 10-year anniversary. Carpenter's album drops to #2, and Chappell Roan's Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess holds at #3. Next, Mae June Mulaney, newest addition to John Mulaney and Olivia Munn's family, was born September 14th, 2024. After being diagnosed with breast cancer, Munn had a hysterectomy, which removed hormones that would prevent cancer from spreading, but also took away the possibility of her carrying her own children. Munn and Mulaney have one other child, 2-year-old Malcolm. However, they used a surrogate in order to introduce their new daughter, Mae June, into the world. That's all I have in music and pop culture news this week. Let's bring it to Dan for international and national news.
This past Monday, Israel has struck Lebanon since Since then, the bombs have killed more than 570 people, including 2 United Nations Refugee Agency workers. Dina Darwis, who was killed alongside one of her children, was killed Monday, as well as Ali Basma killed Monday. An hour ago, ABC News wrote, quote, Israeli military's lead official of the Northern Command said today, warning troops to be fully prepared for maneuvers and action, end quote. Israel is trying to defeat Hezbollah, which is a Lebanese Shia Islamist political party and parliamentary group, Ariel Kaliner, a member of the Prime Minister Netanyahu's governing Likud party, states, quote, we have been attacked for 11 months from Lebanon by Hezbollah. We almost didn't do anything, but enough is enough. We need to fight back. We need to bring security for our civilians, end quote. Sources have said Tropical Storm Helen that is close to the Gulf of Mexico is set to become a hurricane. West Coast Florida residents are being persuaded to leave. The National Hurricane Center has stated, quote, this is a life-threatening situation and is urging citizens to evacuate the area. The National Hurricane Center said, quote, at 5 a.m. ET today, the storm was between Mexico and Cuba and has sustained wind speeds of 65 miles per hour, end quote. This could potentially become a Category 3 hurricane with winds between 111 miles per hour and 129 miles per hour or higher. It is expected to hit Florida in the next 36 hours. That does it for today's national and international news. Now let's take it to the rest of the week's weather.
Hey there, weather listeners. I'm back, and today it looks to be windy with a slight chance of rain. Tomorrow is reported to be overcast and still looking to be in the 70s. The only things going up from there, weather-wise, I don't know about your life. The high will still be in the 70s till next Tuesday. The high will be 72 this Friday. Watch out for the rain heading your way with Hurricane Helen forming from close to Florida. That may not be the real reason, but thunderstorms and rain are expected in Fredonia through the week. Wait, what do I see over there? That's right, the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are expected to be a little gloomy, but I'm sure you college kids will still have fun. That's it for your 5-day forecast. I'll see you Friday. Now let's take it back to our host.
That'll wrap up for today's edition of News at Noon. Campus News is written and read by London Nickolai. Local news for this broadcast is prepared by Maisie Strader. Weather is prepared by Maisie Strader and read by Aryana Ramalhete. Sports is prepared by Bart Kirknet and read by Matt Volz. Music and pop culture is prepared by Julia Clement. Pop culture was read by Maisie Strader. National and international news is prepared by Maisie Strader and read by Dan Granados. And finally, board op operations for this broadcast are performed by Izzie and Inzinna. Thank you for tuning in to News at Noon. Join us every Monday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. From all of us at Fredonia Radio Systems, stay warm and have a wonderful day.